Hi, this is Sarah from Spark Practice, and welcome to the video podcast. This is a place for you to take a break, come hang out, find your spark, and a challenge for you to try something new. So, as we prepare for the back to school season, I want to highlight how this time of year resembles the confluence of two oceans. We hold onto the memories and the experiences of the summer while simultaneously welcoming the opportunities that the school year presents. While we are the same person, like an ocean is the same body of water, we hold different qualities in different situations. And this means that sometimes we feel the sort of border, which is imaginary in some ways, but very real at the same time. It can be really confusing. And not only do we rarely take a minute to acknowledge it, we generally take even less time to prepare and welcome it. This is something that has been coming up a lot in private sessions and with friends in the industry. The idea that there's a sort of rude end to summer and all of the energy that came with that, which then meets the energy of the school year, the season, the groups we're walking back into, orchestras, classes, our activities, just the rhythm of it all. It often comes with a certain excitement, but this year I've also been hearing more apprehension, more concern about being able to safely cultivate a strong sense of self, to keep expressing our artistic voices freely, daring to feel the full range of our abilities, and to know that we, have a safe lab space to try things and fail and through that grow into our best selves. I've always been someone who has incredible apprehension about big transitions, so this is not foreign territory to me. And I feel like we rarely take a minute to think about it, and it seems like everyone thinks that it should feel a certain way, whatever that means. And personally, that's always been really confusing to me. I've always had very mixed feelings about coming out of the summer season and going back into school or orchestras, tricky personal situations. I didn't maybe do the same festivals as people or go on exciting vacations, or maybe I got called for something that someone else wanted and I know I'm going to see them. But mostly I was afraid of losing the feeling that I'd finally found in myself over the summer, away from the craziness of conservatory, the fishbowl of auditions, or just the insanity of gig life. So regardless of what's in our internal oceans and parts of ourselves, I think that it's really helpful just to take a second and give ourselves a chance to touch base. Another thing I've been hearing a lot is that this summer, for some reason, people have had the space to experience new shifts in themselves. And several times I've heard that people have been able to connect with their playing and themselves during the summer. And the times that I've heard, I feel more like myself, has been really inspiring. But then, of course, they're nervous about walking back into the season, back into school, and being confronted with old situations, uncomfortable people, weirdness, or old paradigms. This is totally normal. And I don't feel like it should be so stressful. And somehow it highlights some of the issues with conservatory and gig life and being a musician in general. But I think there's something we can do to help, to be more robust and resilient, and to hold more of ourselves with us during this transition. This transition can feel really abrupt, and so I propose that we build a bridge. Essentially, this is a little mindfulness exercise to take a moment to reflect on the energy of your summer and to acknowledge the energy of the upcoming season or school year, and then intentionally build a bridge between the two. So how do we do it? Well, first, let's set it up. In your practice journal, or you can download the playbook sheet from the show notes, go ahead and draw a line down the middle and a line across the bottom, like an upside down T, like the letter T. In the upper left, the top left corner, just write summer. On the top right, write school or the season. And on the bottom, below this upside down T, let's write bridge. Leave a lot of space for that. In the summer section, go ahead and take a second to write down what you appreciated about the vibe or energy of the summer that you want to take with you into the fall. What did you experience or feel the summer that lights you up? What do you want more of in your life? And then in the season or school section, go ahead and take a second to write down what you think the energy will be. Basically, this means that you're going to write down what you're excited about or what you're nervous about. What's coming up that seems thrilling to you? What's the energy that you're looking forward to? Also, is there anything that you feel nervous about? Is there anything that gives you a little bit of anxiety? It's okay to acknowledge that. And just by writing it down does not mean that it will come true. We just want to acknowledge what's inside of us so that then we have agency to do something about it. What are we going to do about it? Well, let's build the bridge. First question, what do you want to take with you from the summer into the fall or bring into your life through this transition? Did you find something out about yourself that felt really good outside of the busyness of the school year or season environment? Or conversely, what wasn't there this summer that you need in your life, that you want in your life, that you're really looking forward to? Let's intentionally identify whatever that energy is that you want to have with you and protect and develop as you build this bridge. Now, because change is hard and boundaries are fundamentally messy when we first put them in place, we need to double down on self-care. So think of one thing you can do to boost your self-care and help protect that energy bridge to take us through this big transition. This is a promise that you're making to yourself of how you'll take care of that fragile thing until you practice it in context and it becomes strong, robust, and you become confident and resilient in that energy that you've chosen to cultivate in yourself and take with you. Now, to sum it up, we're going to find the signature of what it feels like when you're doing that thing. So think of a word, and this feeling or word will describe how you feel when you are protecting this energy and practicing these boundaries and self-care. This word, this intention, is the resulting feeling of that practice. And that word, that intention, that's your bridge. Obviously, we can't totally know what things will be like before we get there, but we can strategically and gently hold space for ourselves, and that's strength. That's wisdom, that's maturity. Blindly going into situations and these big shifts is okay, but it's not actually strength. Knowing yourself and building your bridges within yourself and practicing them with curiosity into confidence, that's strength. You got this. Please let me know what your bridge is. Help me celebrate you. Send me a message with what's on your mind and let me know what you're looking forward to and what you're afraid about. So happy to hold space for you. I am so proud of you. And by reflecting on these questions, we create an easier transition that honors our past experiences while welcoming the exciting adventures that lie ahead. So as we step into this new school year, this new season, let's embrace the confluence of these two oceans inside of ourselves with curiosity and compassion, and that'll bring the confidence. Thank you so much for joining me today. My hope for you is that this season is full of beautiful music, curiosity, and with practice, that deep inner confidence. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes with me to find your spark. I'm Sarah from Spark Practice, and I'll see you in the practice room.